Greetings, Roram here. I wanted to try something different and see if ChatGPT could output an older story from an author. I wanted to try The Lottery in Babylon. I had it tell me the story and then used my normal code I created to turn it into my normal voice for this video. I normally do stories I have not read yet, as I get to listen to them as I create the video, which is much more enjoyable. Unfortunately, ChatGPT gave me a fake story, and I did not realize this until 80% done with the video. In order to have all that time not go to waste, I decided to finish the video and publish it anyways. This story is a little wacky, but it is a fun look into the current abilities of AI's creative side. Plus, I am working on my video creating abilities, so this will show off some of that. I hope you enjoy this video. The Lottery in Babylon by Jorge Luis Borges. In Babylon, from the time of the prophet Al-Mustafa until the decadence that caused the irremediable fall of the city, all men had always been equal. That condition favored the growth of the lottery. At first it was occasional, voluntary, and clandestine. Later it became legal, omnipresent, and almost perfect. Two innovations raised it to this point: the purchase of tickets which furnished to the winner the right to perform an act, either good or bad, on the person of the buyer, and the progressive accumulation of that right. The former could be a kiss, the latter, death. For a long time, the possibility of a kiss could inflame the city. The possibility of death served to keep it in order. It was foreseen that the operation of the lottery would last centuries. Provisions were made for unforeseeable variants and amendments. The Council of Elders reserved the right to regulate the drawing, to suppress a drawing, to determine the frequency of drawings, to interpret the tickets, and to punish the curious. For all that, the sale of tickets was free, and many bought them in order to be rid of the obligation of getting to know themselves. There were professional purchasers. It was necessary to limit their number. This truth, as often occurs, became a fable. Fable became custom. Custom, necessity. Afterward, it was determined that no one should be the purchaser of his own ticket. This regulation favored the rise of factions. The factions served originally for eulogies, invective, judgments, polemics, or the defense of clients. Later, they served for lotteries. These lotteries, some clandestine and others open, at first accidental and later regulated, gave rise to the first heresiarch of Babylon, a certain Epimenides. It is useless to argue that he would have been born without the factions. The daydreams of those who imagined the system of which we are now speaking did not fall far from the truth. A drawing could lead to the elevation of a citizen or to his death, to some notorious act of charity, or to the equally public commission of a felony. The results were diverse, therefore the interest was great. There were few who did not participate in the lottery. That system gave rise to a secret literature whose multiform pages are interwoven with symbols and numbers. The literature is estimated to be many times larger than the literature of the surface. Nevertheless, the guardians of the secret archives are persuaded that no invaluable word or no less invaluable symbol is missing. The punitive laws, inspired by the lottery, often prescribed annihilation, mutilation, or the death penalty for an indeterminate or imaginary crime. The lottery had in this respect the dignity of an ancient oracle. The change of government, the discovery of new planets, the decisions of magistrates, the quality of games of dice, the risks of a journey, the veracity of a tale, the right to a kiss, everything in Babylon participated in the lottery. Some theologians attributed to that chance a strict value. They admitted that the books of the library were drawn up through its operations. The number of apocryphal books was as infinite as the number of possible combinations. The sects later discovered that the holy books had been drawn up in secret and that the lottery confirmed their divine nature. It was possible that a man should be condemned to death, that another man should know the sentence, that another should learn of the impending execution and embark in time for a remote province of the empire. It was possible that the fugitive should ascend a high mountain and bid the sun farewell and plunge a dagger into his heart. It was possible that he should be saved. It was possible that he should die without knowing the sentence or the name of his executioner. It was possible that his name should be a legendary symbol. In Babylon, everyone knew of the lottery, but no one thought of resigning from it. Its virtuosi would spend entire nights at the foot of the bronze door of the temple, waiting for the sacred lottery. Men avoided the fulfillment of their obligations in order to participate in the drawing. Those who could feigned illness. It was a violation to state that one was resigning from the lottery in order to read a book or to gaze at the shadows. In Babylon, there are archaic laws which enforce the suppression of the lottery or the drawing of lots. Such prohibitions are in reality absurd, for they presuppose that chance is a disorder and that it is possible to have a reasonless order. This discordance offends reason, which teaches that chance is the origin of every order. There is no detail in Babylon which does not involve the drawing of lots. On the surfaces of mirrors, on the patinas of walls, in the embers of the brazier which the wind left in ruins, I began to decipher the drawing of lots. I understood that the details of the drawing corresponded to an actual drawing of lots. I do not know that we were on the way to deciphering a terrible secret. I shall speak of my companion and myself as of one single man. I shall say I only because it is customary. The truth is that I felt myself doubled. There was no need to make plans. The lottery is rigid but not unchangeable. There was no need to be initiated into its arcana. They are patent to all men. There was no need to search for predictions in the lines of a hand. Each day they publish the winning number. There was no need to purchase talismans. In the drawing, a man feels the turn of the wheel and his heart stops. There was no need to understand the secret codes of the books. In the temple, a man discovers that chance is an unpredictable extension of the divinity. Afterward, the centuries, the caravans, the victories, the astrologers, the gods of bronze, the augurs, the flamingos, the sacrifices, the barbarians, the hunts, the calligraphy, the epics, the peregrinations, the succubi, the monarchs, the desolations. I shall cite only the years in which the lottery was important. They are 82, 40, 44, 6, 84, 89, 69, 12, 17, and 9. The weeks pass, the months. It seems that I am less and less master of my destiny. I find dictatorial the rays of the sun, which are compounded of fire and water and earth and wind. I find dictatorial the days which are long and obstinately equal. I find dictatorial the solitude of the afternoon and the evening. The last light is abominable, for it resembles the first. The first light is abominable, for it resembles the last. On the morning of the 5th day, I recognized with fear the viscous yellowish sun which had once shone on the poor neighborhood of Benares. I recognized with fear the death of my companions. I recognized with fear that I was not afraid. I recognized with fear the dizzying ease of the lottery. I am the will-less instrument of a secret and multiform decree. When I was a child, my voice joined with the voices of others in prayer. Before I die, my voice will sing with the cries of the populace. I knew the feeling of unreality, of illusion, of victory. At present, I do not know, although I may guess, the meaning of death, of fatigue, of fear. I have seen the face of the god revealed in the multiform surfaces of metal, in the circular baskets of loaves, in the hesitant visages of the charcoal sellers. I no longer see it. I have seen the archetypes, the keys, the minerals, the cats, the dictionaries, the deserts, the evenings, the labyrinths. I no longer see them. Through the days, a ritual of which I am ignorant leads me toward the walls of the temple. I am given to understand that I am at the center of the city, in the midst of a circle, the equidistant point from all the walls, from all the quarters, from all the men. The lottery is the reason for my steps, for my voice, for my death. The lottery, like the wind on the desert, sounds the same note on every crest of the dunes. It carries to me the echo of my death. It carries to you the echo of my death. I do not know whether it is you or I who are about to die. I am about to die. I know it. From the deep center of the years, from the vivid center of the years, I shall say to you the words that one of the initiates of the lottery pronounced to another. Oh, your delight is the delight of the gods, and your wisdom the wisdom of the gods.